excited to have you
How
here
you
today.
doing, Sparkly?
Yeah.
Sparkly.
He's talking about my sparkly.
The
He got a
sparkly
little
Miss
sparkly
Ford.
going on that good risk. I love it. I love it. Welcome. So happy to have you here.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So let's start from the beginning. From
Okay.
those that may not be familiar with you yet, I don't know who's not, but we're gonna bring them up to speed.
Okay.
Let them know how you got into music.
Whew. Well, okay. I was born into a musical family.
Okay.
My dad's one of the members of the Barcades. In fact, the leader of the original Barcades.
Wow. Okay.
And the Barcades that everybody knows today. He was also a promotions person. He was just a real people person. He kind of really gave me my real people skills and, my networking skills in the business. He's always been an example and just always had me on his hip, when he could, taking me on tour, with everybody. My mom as well, like one of the biggest misconceptions of all time is that my mom is Denise Williams, but she's not.
Okay.
My mom's maiden name is Denise Williams.
Oh, okay.
Which they had the same name, and she was in the music business as well. So, she sang with people like Barbara Streisand, Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind & Fire. The list goes on and on. She was like a background guru and a singer as well. Amazing vocalist and arranger and just mother and, God-fearing woman and praying woman and just, and that there you have it. I've been around entertainers all my life. Was born in Memphis, 5 years old. Moved to California, to Los Angeles, California, and I probably went to 13 different schools.
Really?
Yeah, I've been everywhere. I've been in just, and that's what gave me my culturing. Though it cultured me a lot. It just gave me a like my musical palette is just beyond measure.
So what brought you to Atlanta?
Music.
Okay.
Music brought me to Atlanta, and to be really like to name, like pinpoint it, it was really Organized Noise.
Wow, that was the beginning of the pop of music in ATL.
Yeah. I mean, that really made me say, like, when I heard Outkast, I was like, I thought they were from Memphis. I did. I mean, because
why would you think they were from Memphis?
I don't know, but you got to think. I only heard one song. It was just Players Ball.
Okay.
It was just Players Ball. Remember, Players Ball was a Christmas record.
Right.
It was a Christmas song. So when the record came out, I was always up on promotional packages and stuff like that. The song was not a hit yet, mind you. I got it off of something that my dad had, and I always listen to the songs, and I go flip through them, and I was like, what is this?
Right.
Had this little intro to it, and when I heard it, I was like, wow. And so I just kind of followed them, and then, after a while, I was like, yo, I want to be like Rico Wade. Who is Rico Wade?
Right.
Like, and even before that, if I rewind, I was an artist. I snitch on myself and tell my age. I ain't gonna tell the year, but way back, I was an artist on Elektra Records.
Okay.
And there was a Turn of the Guards. I was rapping and singing on Elektra Records, and when the Turn of the Guards came, like there's the whole staff changed. So everybody that wasn't selling Gold or Better got dropped.
Wow.
So being in Memphis, being on a major label, getting dropped off a label made me look like I was a failure. So everybody at my label, which was called Mega Jam Records, that was owned by a man named Terry Starks, in Memphis, Tennessee. My dad worked for that label, so I was also signed to that label, and we did a production deal with Elektra, and so he had a studio. There's a little white kid by the name of Michael Patterson. He told me, he was like, yo, when I came back, everybody that was producing for my album before, now that I got dropped, nobody showed up to the studio.
Wow.
So he was like, yo, how you gonna do your next project? I was like, man, I just gotta find some more people to help me produce it. He's like, well, what you don't know is that you've been producing the records all alone. You know what I mean? So he's like, this is the MPC. It was a drum machine that I basically stapled my career on. He said, this is the MPC. At that time, it was an MPC 60. For all you Akai heads, you know what I'm saying? So he taught me how to work that machine. Fast forward, I sold a beat for $500, $200, $100, whatever.
Right.
And then my first hit record with Tila, which was Show Nuff.
Wow.
Hence, Show Nuff Records.
Right.
Came from my first hit record.
Got it. So tell us about your work with, so many people. But let's start with ATL, Miss Sierra.
CC.
What was that like working with Sierra, watching her rise?
I mean, it's really like working with your little sister. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because I know if you feel passionate about anything, like at the end of the day, you be like, hey, that was, at the end of a great day, you be like, man, that was just, we had a ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was like working with Cece. It was just fun. You know what I'm saying? She always dancing and you know what I mean? And she was in a group called Hearsay. And there was 3 girls in the group. She wasn't the main girl in the group. The girl's father that was over the group was like, his daughter is the lead singer of the group, whatever. And my partner had said, I want you to check these girls out and tell me which one, you think is a star. You know what I'm saying? Well, basically, he already had told me that CeCe was a star, but I didn't know which one was CeCe.
Yeah.
So I saw all of them, and I was like, she's the one.
Wow.
The one on the left. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, I want to do a project on her, and I think that it'll be a good project for you to kind of go in there and let's see what we can come up with. And I let her hang out with me at Dallas Austin Studio at DARP for like 3 or 4 days. She hung out with me 3 or 4 days, and every time a beat would come on the beatbox out in the lobby, she just started dancing it.
Right.
I was like, she was only 17, so
right.
I'm like,
she was still in high school, right?
Yeah, and she was dancing so sexy, and like she had these little low riding pants. I was like, yo, you want to be like a mother in the church, like put a shirt, like you can't be dancing like that for these grown men,
right?
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So like when I saw that, I was like, this girl can dance. So we got to make, so I'm thinking Janet Jackson, I'm thinking, you know what I mean? So we got in there, when we finally recorded some records, it was like water.
Yeah.
Recorded them, we were just back to back to back. And then Shakir Stewart, rest his soul, he passed away. He was the head A&R over at Def Jam and LaFace. You know what I'm saying? LaFace and Def Jam were working together at the time, and with L.A. Reid. So he was like, yo, I want to take you in. I want you to meet with L.A. Reid. And I had never really I had just had success from just meeting artists and just doing records on them, but I had never really had my own artists. So I didn't know how to have an executive meeting like that. I just walked in and was like, yo, L.A., here's my new Slick Rick, here's the new Joe, he was like, bro, all of those are great records. He said, but what record can I have? I need a record that you could put in my hands and I can go and make a superstar. You got any superstars? And I was like, well, I was kind of looking around, and then Shakir said, the girl. I was like, I said, let me go to my car. So I just went down to my car, and I just got this Bentley. I didn't know how to get the CD out the thing. You know what I'm saying? I just got the car.
Right,
I just really started getting money right then. So it's my first Bentley. I'm like, I'm trying to. I did something, I think, and I closed the door and I opened it, and the CD popped out.
Wow.
So I grabbed the CD, ran back upstairs, my forehead sweating. So I'm like, I put the songs in. First 3 songs I played. Third song, I think it was Thug Style. You changed the game. I like your thug style. Mind you, we didn't have goodies. We didn't have 1-2 step. We didn't have none of those records. No. No, because you talking about Lil Jon, you talking about Missy. So she wasn't interested. They didn't even know of Sierra yet. So I did that. And he was like, yo, bring her in right now. I was like, dude, she ain't ready. She ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, get her ready and get her over here. Fast forward, brought her in the next day, rest is history.
It's been on since then.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You have that huge master golden touch when it comes to producing. Because you're like the go-to man. If you want to hit, you go to Jazze Pha.
Hey, praise God.
I mean, really, hey, God has been in your DNA from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I hope you realize that, right?
Oh, yeah.
You do know.
I know that.
Where it comes from. So let's fast forward. For those that may not know, who are some of the other artists other than Sierra that you work with?
Young Jeezy, Sierra, I said Sierra, Jagged Edge, Fantasia, Tony Braxton, Babyface, Snoop Dogg, Puffy.
Yes.
Who else? Man, so many. 2 Chainz, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, everybody on Cash Money.
So when you're working with mega stars like that, it's like 2 huge stars together. How does that collaboration work? Like, are you learning from them? Are they learning from you? Or is
Both.
it? Okay.
Both.
It's like a dance?
You never stop learning. You never stop learning because every moment is a moment of discovery. It's like, and there's I get this from Quincy Jones, Godfather. What's up, man? He always said, like, he had a sign, when he in his studio, he had his invisible mat. He said, it says, "Leave your egos at the door." You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was all about. So we're all, and it doesn't matter. I ain't gonna name no artist, but how big their ego was. I had a knack for going in there and just bringing all of that right here. I was like, okay, all of that's great, but like, how was your day today?
Right.
Ask some questions that people don't normally want to, talk. Like what's like. Pull out a piece of paper. Let's write down some things and just talk about just what's happening.
So your Instagram is very inspirational. I want to talk about that very briefly.
Okay.
Tell us what's some
now
of
you
the
make me feel like I gotta
inspirations?
watch my step now. Like I was about to post something.
I mean, so many types of people follow your Instagram. Mainly, a lot of people that need that. They may not get it from anywhere else. So explain, some of your motivation by what you post.
And that's crazy because I was in the back and we were just talking, and it was just like, it just comes from, I think, waking up and then scrolling past certain things, and some of the things that people are digesting and putting out there in the air, like just when you wake up in the morning that you don't need to see, that just kind of just weigh your day down. So I was like, okay, how can I just be a light? You know what I mean? And just let it shine, like, you know what I mean? Because some certain things that I do in the morning, like my regimens, might be some T.D. Jakes or his daughter or John Gray.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do things just uplifting, and I say, okay, let me just get out here and just share some things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all it is. It's just me sharing who I am and where I was raised. Like my mom just raised me in the church. I was always, and not just being in church, because when people hear church, they be like, he being churchy.
Right.
I don't go to church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? But I can give you church.
Right.
You know what I'm
because
saying?
It's in you.
Yeah, it's in me. It's not just on me. It's in me. So, and I just think it's just the state of the world. They just need it.
Right.
You know
so
what I
that's a great segue into this new Snoop album, which I think is amazing.
Thank you.
It's been #1 on the charts for a very long time. It's very well done. So tell us, how did that even come about?
Well, first of all, Snoop and I, we were just doing some ventures. And we had an artist, you know what I'm saying? We were doing some things on October, who's on the album, October London. He's actually on the album. And we came together and did Cadillac Records. You know what I mean? And well, actually Cadillac Music. And we just kind of just created a bond between us. I mean, we always been brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For like 15 years or so, like that. And it just happened.
So what was your
It just
thoughts
happened.
when Snoop
It's just
said,
one of those
"Hey,
things."
I want to do a gospel album"? What did you think? What? why? Or you was like,
Yeah, I was like,
let's do
it kind of threw me for a minute, but then again, I thought about his roots because Snoop is really Mississippi.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So when you talk about Mississippi, you talk about the deepest of gospel roots and hymns and, you know what I'm saying, that old Negro spiritual type. That's why you get if you listen to the album, you got some quartet stuff on there too.
Rance
you know what I'm saying? Even on the Jimmy Kimmel show, they came out with the quartet singing, and it's very, vast. His musical palette is amazing. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why you got the DJ Snoop, Snoopadelic. So he had to go out and his he never had music that his grandmother could listen to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he always wanted to satisfy that. You know what I mean? Even in her passing, he just wanted to be like, I'm gonna do some greater good, and I know people can be inspired by this right here.
So tell us about your song that's on the album.
Actually, I have 2 songs on the album.
Okay.
One of them is Crown by me and my man T Black. What's up, T Black? And then the one that's in the spotlight right now is called I'm Changed.
Yeah.
Changed. Produced by my man Elvis, Black Elvis, and
Elvis.
Features Isaac Curry. Actually, it's both of us.
I'm changed.
Yes, yes.
That song is hot.
Me and Isaac wrote that record.
Right.
We were in the studio. Me and Elvis were in the studio. We always in the studio, hanging out. So he was like, "Man, I got Isaac Curry, man." And so I did my little research. I was like, "I heard this dude. I like him." And I knew he was kind of he loved hip hop. He liked to rap a little bit.
He tours with Diddy.
Yeah,
all that.
Yeah, all that. So, but I found that out later. We got in the studio, and it was like, I was like, man. Elvis making a beat, I made a couple of suggestions and do this and that.
Right.
I was like, bro, I'm going in the booth. He's like, bet. He's like, you got something? I was like, yeah, man. Yeah. So I just walk right in the booth. Right. I don't write down. When I'm writing, I just go. You know what I mean? I hear the melody and I'm like, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll lose it totally unless I put it in my phone or something. But, and that's what it, first thing I was like, came in the door like, whoa.
Yeah.
Pull up. Can't even see no more. Somebody pull a wool up. Surround myself with loved ones. Later for them haters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was it. I mean, Changed.
It's a lot of hits on that one, but that's definitely.
And we got a surprise for you on that Changed.
Okay, what's up?
Snoop Dogg just did 8 bars on that thing. Ooh.
Did he?
Yeah, so we about to shoot a video to it. I'm excited.
Are y'all shooting in Atlanta?
I don't know.
Just checking.
He got a whole studio in his house.
Okay.
I mean, in his compound.
Right.
We call it his house, but it's really his compound where everything goes on. You wouldn't believe that place. It's amazing.
I'm sure it's
like I don't know. It's something else.
Massive. So I could go on and on. You have such a plethora of wonderful things you've done.
Oh, man.
Hits that you've made.
Yes.
More hits that I know you're going to make. So let's say some inspirational words for those that may be watching this that may be like, I don't know about the God thing, but just let them know how he's worked for you.
Oh, man. I mean, basically, it's just like one of those things, like waking up in the morning, getting started and just going about your day and looking up into the sky, seeing the stars, the moon, clouds, and not, knowing that there's a God. I mean, is you think that all of this just happened by chance? That we got, working mechanisms. All of us have the same kinds of, different arteries and things that move in our bodies, and it's not just a theory. You know what I'm saying? There had to be somebody that greater than ourselves doing this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I just think that people should just, most of all, just live your life. Always, with everything that you earn, go out and try to help another person. You know what I'm saying? If you're feeling down, help somebody, because that's going to enlighten your day.
Quickest way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, now you see why he's the platinum selling Mr. Jazze Pha.